is risky. So does Chris, and that's why she has to siphon. Although Chris is a little more around.
More of a hammer grip with Hana Mandlikova with the knuckle of that first finger. It's pretty much wrapped around it, whereas Chrissy's extended it a little bit, isn't it?
Yes. Doesn't Hana's remind you a little bit of Butch Buchholz's grip when he played on the pro circuit?
Yeah.
He had a hammer grip.
You're right, he did too. And Chris Evert Lloyd is, as you said, Billie Jean, further around, and you meant to the eastern side. Eastern forehand grip. Well, she has lost 11 straight points. Last time she served, she lost her serve to love. Cliff Drysdale with Billie Jean King. Fred Stolle is at courtside. This is the second of two women's singles semi-finals of the day. Evert Lloyd and Hana Mandlikova. Earlier today, Steffi Graf over Martina Navratilova, the number 1 seed. 6-2, 6-3. Well, I hate to keep counting, but that's 13 straight points.
Chrissy's certainly going to remember that game of 7 deuces where she had 5 break points. That certainly has been the turning point, and she couldn't convert one of those 5 opportunities.
Applause from the crowd. Nothing fancy from Chris Evert Lloyd. I guess they are aware, just like we are, that she hasn't won a point in a while. It's 15-30.
Chris probably heard Fred talking. Chris Evert Lloyd has been working hard on weights, especially her upper body. Maybe that's where she got a little more sting behind that serve. She's been working out at the Palm Beach Institute of Sports Medicine with Dana Van Pelt since September. And this week she's at Florida Sports Institute, Coral Gables. Sandra Perry's been helping her.
Break point for Mandlikova, and you can almost feel the frustration in Chris Evert Lloyd. Everything that Hana hits is on the line or very close to it, and she wishes the same things would happen to her. Big point.
Chris goes for therapy every single night after her matches for an hour and a half on her left knee. She gets massage. She said the left side of her thigh, there's a band that runs up from your knee. The left side of your thigh, she says, gets very tight, and that's what they work on, try to keep it loose. And remember, she has a bone spur on her right foot. I told her it's old age. Well, this is what Chris does so well. She pins Hana right there, half volley, and never misses that mid-court shot. Very rarely.
Hana moved a little early, didn't she, too? She could have waited just a second longer, I would have thought. Game point. Well, a break for Chrissy. My goodness, an easy shot that would have at least kept Hana in that game. Made a rather elementary error, and it's 4 games apiece. I don't think anything, though, is that elementary, Fred, considering just how windy it is down there.
Watch Chris's reaction to this. There's a let court, cross-court forehand. Are you kidding? You're so lucky, Chris. Thank you. Looking to the heavens on that one.
The wind is definitely swirling down here, and that mistake that Hana Mandlikova made in the last game was basically because the topspin hung the ball, took it short, and she had to let it bounce.
She couldn't hit that on the volley, Fred?
No.
No way.
Hana married Jan Sedlak, third double fault, Czech native living in Sydney, Australia now, owns a restaurant down there, and she's applied for Australian citizenship. Chrissy served 1.
Definitely long, that one. Good call from the linesman.
Hana's the touring pro at a Four Seasons Sports Complex in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
I think Hana's going to be looking at a lot more of those lobs because Chrissy knows how tough it is to pick the ball out of the wind like that.
I was just going to say, I think that's the best shot rather than go for the passing shot, is to throw that one up in the air about 20 feet and make a stretch for it and just look for a few misses. Hana's showing a lot of poise here tonight, though. As Billie Jean mentioned, she's not getting flustered, and conditions are bad, and she's the one that's got to be the aggressor to go in and make those volleys. Chrissy's only been in a couple of times.
Chris is getting very demonstrative. There was that lob. Here it is. There's the lob. Watch this. And now the forehand pass on balance. She knows it. Yes. When she gets that fist, you know she's in this. She's back. She had a little spell there.
Break point, second serve. A dangerous play. She came into the net. Chrissy had so much time. She took her time and hit it for the clean winner. Winding down, or maybe according to your definition, winding up, because this is semi-final time, the finals of the women's singles on Saturday, and you'll see the finals of the men's singles on Sunday, of course. This is the second of 2 women's singles semi-finals. Not happy with the call. Evert Lloyd is serving for the set. Watch it.
You see Hana get in. Watch this. A little bit late. Racket laid back. So close. Of course, she was asking Jerry Armstrong, the head umpire, please overrule anything. Hana's a great athlete. Look how she stretches on this, and watch how she anticipates totally correctly, goes to her left, the ball sitting up. That's the right one to anticipate with Chris. Make her hit the cross court.
Talking overrule, we've been here since Monday of last week. That's, let's see, what are we, 11 days into this championship now? I cannot remember but one call that has been overruled in all that time on the stadium court that we've covered.
And I think that's terrific. I do not think the umpire should be overruling it. I think it disrupts the match. And why do we have the lines people out there anyway if they're going to overrule all the time?
15-30.
I think Hana was using the same tactics that Chris was using
That one
earlier.
didn't hang up there. That one sort of moved along with the breeze that time. Although she hit it into the breeze, didn't do much good up there.
Gee, that's a great shot. Sometimes the point sort of just forms in your mind, doesn't it? You see the opening and you go for it. That was wonderful stuff from Hana. Break point. Talk about a set match so far, Billie Jean, of changing fortunes.
Goes up and down and in waves. You think one's going to be way ahead, and all of a sudden it's even. And I mean, you wouldn't. I thought for a moment Evert Lloyd wasn't even going to be in this set, and then she got back in, and then you think she's going to take it. Hana, those last 2 points showed us what a great athlete she is. Very terrific mobility. Of course, her father Willem. In the Olympics for 2 years.
Hana in that last game really picked up the pace on the forehand side. She knew that Chris was serving for the set, and she really attacked all the forehands in that last game. Didn't play any of them safe.
Hana's come in a lot of times more than Chris, of course. Chris has come in 6 times. She's won 5 of them. But remember, she doesn't come in unless she's pretty sure that she's going to win the point. She comes in behind good approach shots.
That's right. Hana's 17 of 32, so she's a little over 50%, 53%.
Yeah, but she comes in on a wing and a prayer, as you know, sometimes. That's the way to play, Chris.
I think you have to make that commitment against Chris.
That's her 4th double fault. $15-30.
Chris Evert forehand. She's getting ready. She's not really up on her heels like most of the players, but look at that backswing. Look at the perfect balance. Left hand forward. Point of contact square. Just perfect balance and through. was stretching so far. Use a one-handed backhand, which is, she doesn't want to have to do that.
She only does it when she's in a defensive position, of course. This is another break point for Evert Lloyd. Well, she has broken serve. When we come, Evert Lloyd is going to serve for the first set, for a second. You know, Chrissy lives down here, but I don't think you ever get used to the wind, Billie Jean. It's frustrating for both of these players.
It is frustrating, but I swear Chris Evert Lloyd is the best in it. And I do think it comes from practicing. She gets set faster than anybody else either. She gets set up so she can make those kind of final little adjustments the last second.
Also, Billie Jean, her swing is much more compact than Hana's, for example. Both forehand and backhand side, she doesn't throw the ball up as high.
That's true. And Chris goes straight back, straight forward on both ground strokes. Sometimes I think in the wind, it really does make a difference. Let's take a look at Chris Evert's serve. A little bit more behind her than she used to. And she generally hits a slice. She wishes she could hit a topspin cliff, but she hasn't never been able to get the hang of it. Ace. Strong.
That's her first, but...
That's the second ace. That's two aces in the first set. That's pretty unusual for Chrissy. She'll like that.
Set point.
Chris gets very excited when she hits an ace or goes to net and makes a volley. Seriously, I mean, it makes her feel very confident.
I understand that. Fred Stolle does too.
Well, you think it's difficult for players to know what the wind is doing, but wouldn't you think that Chris Evert Lloyd knows exactly where the wind's going and when it's going to blow? Look at the wind. Take that ball away from Hana.
Well, who would credit it? 13 in a row Chris Evert Lloyd loses, including a serve break, of course, in the first set. And then she comes right back and wins it 7 games to 5.
Five break points and then 13 in a row. Lost 13 in a row, so you might say that 13 might be the lucky number of the evening.
Must be. It will be after tonight. She got all rid of him once.
Left riser with Billie Jean King. Fred Stolle's at courtside. This is the women's singles semi-final. Playing for the right to play Steffi Graf. Earlier today on this court, she beat Martina Navratilova.
Another one. She's got that cross-court forehand lob down to a tee.
That one was also played with a little bit of topspin, controlled topspin into the wind.
Well, you don't think of that as a big percentage shot, but Chris certainly is making it into one.
hustle just to get to that one, and then it floated along on her. First game, Mandlikova serving 30-40. This is the second set. There's the win.
Sorry? Wait till you're in Australia. They're worse than this? No, we're gonna. Oh.
Chris says, I don't get it. What does she mean?
The weather.
The weather, she said, the weather.
I know, but it's windy in Australia, too.
Well, Chrissy breaks in the first game of the second set, so she has the first set 7-5, 1-love. This is the Lipton International Players Championship. Seen her win the first set and win the first game of the second set. We're going to have to leave that now for just a few games. Chrissy, by the way, won the next 4 games in a row, and we're going to rejoin that match now. Evert Lloyd leading Hana Mandlikova 5 games to love in the second set. Five games to love. Evert Lloyd is serving for the set. She won the first 7 games to 5. Time to look ahead, Billie Jean. Almost certainly Chrissy's going to close Hana out. How about the finals? Steffi Graf and Chrissy Evert Lloyd.
Anything can happen. After I saw the way Steffi played today and the way Chris is handling the conditions tonight, I think we're in for a great match. Except I hate to talk about the future until this match is over. Sometimes I feel like I'm going to jinx somebody.
Oh.
Hana losing her footing. Of course, she's been having some knee trouble earlier in the tournament. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Watch both feet. Oh, that time it was her left foot. Generally, it's her right. She pushes off very fast and at an angle.
Hana needs to get some shoes with tread all the way around to her shoelaces. Watch this.
Chris always makes you hit one more ball, and of course with the conditions today, it's not a great feeling when you're out there. It's a lot of pressure.
You're right. You know, Hana thought that point was over the shot before it was. Chrissy ran it down. It's 30 all.
40-30.
Evert Lloyd in the final here at the Lipton International Players Championship will play young Steffi Graf, just 17 years old, from West Germany. Boy, it's interesting to wonder. Steffi Graf, so young, so apparently lacking in experience, although you'd never know it watching her play the great game that she plays, this game of tennis, against Evert Lloyd, who has so darn much. She just keeps coming to play.